So today I'm about to work on the replacing of the cams. So with this I'll need to remove the tandem pumps, which are those sitting right here on the back. As you're missing there, those are the ones responsible to feed diesel into the injector pumps or the deuce pumps. So I'll go ahead now and remove this. Managed to remove the vacuum pumps on the both sides. On this side we have this crank sensor, camshaft sensor that sits over there. So next what I'm going to do is just to remove the upper rocker arms to be able to remove this cap right here on the front, so that I can remove this this front cap here to insert the timing tool. I just removed the rocker arms, which are the ones that actuate the injectors right here on top. As you guys are seeing, those small dots right there is where the rocker arms actuate the injectors. And as you can see, all this discoloration right here definitely indicated that we needed to replace those cams. So right now I set the engine in top dead center. So for that, right here in front of the damper, you have that small dot, that straight line. There are a bunch of lines, but as you can see, those ones are not complete. Only this one is complete, needs to right to match there. And with that, we should be able to insert our tool on this side. And also, since this is cylinder number 1, make sure that you have the exhaust cam facing that side and the admission looking on that side. So now I think I can go ahead, insert my timing tool, which is that one right there. I also made sure before I remove them to label. As you can see, this is bank 2, 1, 2, bank 2, 3. This is the way that I figure out labeling, to ensure that when I need to put them back, I know where I'm sitting actually. So at that point I had my timing tool inserted, and I was removing the bolt which holds the cams actually to the cam gear. So it uses a 16 spline socket, if I'm not mistaken. It's M16. So for that you need to insert the timing tool, as you can see right there. Apologies, I didn't show you guys how to do that. So the next step actually was to remove the compensator piston, which actually sits on the back of the engine. Apologies, at this time I didn't have a great position to put the camera. So as you can see, I was trying to hammer it a bit using that flathead prior, which took some time actually to get it removed. But once it was removed, I would be able to move the sprocket. So spent more time hammering it until eventually it went out of the case, which ended up dropping on the ground. So right now what I did, I just set up the timing tool, I unfastened the rear bolt, and now I was able to remove this pin that sits right on the back. You just need to add a bolt right here and pry it out. So now I'm going to remove the timing tool. Just like that, the timing tool is out. And with this I can remove completely the bolt from the camshaft holding the gear assembly. There's a thing right there. The bolt is out. Okay, so you first remove the cassette. And then you should be able to remove this gear. Remove the floating one. Which is this right there. Let's remove the diamond ring. Just this piece right here. Alright, and finally that piece right there. Cool. So with this, I have completely removed the cam gear, which is that one sitting right there on the bottom, as you guys are seeing. So right now it's time to remove the cams. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 caps to remove, which generally will start from the center. I'll just make sure to mark down. Although those ones, they have marks. So this is 6 plus, 5 plus, 4 plus, 3 plus, 2 plus, 1 plus. So that makes the job easy for us. So just like that, we can now slide it off, and there you go. We now have the cams out. Let me get a closer view. You guys can see how worn the bearings were. You can see this one right here also. That one, this one, you could already start seeing the copper material. That one, not that bad. Also, you can see on top of the cam followers, I think this one and that one are the most worn ones. Otherwise the other ones are still looking okay. So now I'll go ahead and remove them. At this point I just removed all the cam lobes, what do we call them? The cam followers. So you can see my valves in there. So now what I have to do is to do some cleanup. I will submerge the newer ones in oil. I will leave them there for a minute. I'll try to prime the air down, and then I'll come to insert them, and I will bring the newer cam. So this is all of the items that needed to be removed in order to take out the cam, which we did successfully. So I've just cleaned up the caps, and now it's time to install the bearings. I'll be using those glyco bearings, as you see, for the smaller ones and for the big ones. So I'll take time now. Installing them. You can see that we already removed all of them. So now we'll be adding those new. So the bearings are already installed. So now I let the camshaft, the cam lobe. I left them sitting in oil in order to breathe, to remove any air of them. So now I'll go ahead and install them back, put the caps on the engine, and install the new cam. So now I have installed all the camshaft followers, as you guys see over there. Installed the caps, the bearings. So now it's time to bring the new camshaft, put the assembly loop, bring the new camshaft in, and we should be good to go to start doing the torque sequence. So this is the camshaft that I will be using. They are from GT Automotive. This is for cylinder 1 to 5. So this replaces that one. So now I'll go ahead and put the assembly loop and install it back. And of course all of those bolts are stretch bolts, so we will be replacing them. So far folks, installed and torqued down the cam. As you can see, I just marked it with those dots when I was doing the torque sequence. So what is the procedure here? You have to bolt the two inner ones before you torque the outer one. So you keep bolting those until the cam is seated by hand, and then you use your torque wrench and you bolt them to 8 Newton meters. Once you're done with 8 Newton meters, you have to turn them 180 degrees for each side, and then you start doing the same sequence by going outwards, right? So this one I didn't bolt yet because we'll be removing to insert a newer cap, and we need to apply RTV on that side, so that will be the last one, same as this one right here on the back. So now it's time to put the timing gear. So here is where it gets tricky, because you need to, I believe that you can see that right there, down there, the pivot that we have, we need to ensure that the floating gear and the timing gear, they sit properly, and we insert the bolt. It's an exercise, but we'll manage it. And we need to also ensure that we add the diamond washer, right? So now it's time to do that. So the cam is finally in. I just rotated the engine 180 degrees to make sure that all my lines are where it should. So behind this cassette right here, there is this line that you must make sure that it sits flush with this area right here. So here inside you will see that we do have that cassette right here that sits behind the gear, and we do have this front. So you have to actually align that one on the bottom with this cassette, with that gear, and with this front cassette, and also that other gear which is in front of the gear here while you are searching the piston. Otherwise, all good. So now I'm going to move to the other side and do the same procedure. So on the other hand, on the other side, this is how the bearings are looking. As you guys may be seeing there, I think from all the cam followers, this is the worst one, which was almost prone to failure. Oh boy. So done here with the other side. As you guys are seeing, took us way less time that we were expecting because we already knew how to do it. So at this point, I would say, regarding to the installation of the cams, that's all. Right now what I need to do is to install the injector lifters, and we should be good. Look.